Now, these niggas always swear up and down that they love women, they want to protect women, they're so attracted to women, but their actions always tell a different story every single time. What's the truth?
Yes, ma'am, that's a catfish, and ain't no realness in that bitch. That catfish tragic. Online savage, real life average.
Now, I came up here to run my mouth. You already know what I'm going to say. If you want to hear more of it, make sure you go over to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Podcast episodes, early content, blog posts. You get to give me your direct input on some of the topics that I cover. Go over there, sign up, check it out, let me know what you think. Now, Torey Lanez, let's just go ahead and get you out the way, all right? Since you were over here playing games with Megan, I decided that, you know, it's time for us to play a game. You want to sit down and play a game together? Let's do it. Now, the game that I want to play right now, really quickly, it's not going to take too long. I want to play Spot the Difference, okay? So here's Torey Lanez. Now spot the difference. You can't spot. Let's try another one. Okay, here's Torey Lanez. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you can see what we're talking about. Okay, here's Torey Lanez. Now spot the difference. Okay, one more. Torey Lanez, I would like to see if you can spot the difference right now. Yeah, I you know, it's very difficult. It's almost looking like identical twins every time I post a picture right after yours. So it might be a little bit difficult, but I can tell you what's even more difficult than that is walking around with bullet holes in your goddamn feet. Now, there are so many angles that I want to take with this. There's so many things I need to talk about, but I have to slim it down to just a few points, just a few bullet points. The first one is that a lot of these niggas are silent. Industry niggas are silent. And it should not be surprising because there is a culture of misogyny in the industry, in society. There is a culture of like, okay, well, I'm totally fine with abusers, but if victims speak up, especially if they're women, I don't want to hear that. Unfortunately, these are just a few of many issues, you know, that we're dealing with in the culture, in the industry, whatever. But I just find it crazy that a lot of these niggas are silent. They're not speaking up for Megan. They're not trying to protect Megan. They're not trying to figure out what's going on. They're not trying to get down to the truth of the matter. They are silent as hell, but they were the first ones. They were the first ones to open up their mouth about wet ass pussy. Now, you know, it's just like, okay, so women can get shot the fuck up. That's cool. They can get abused. That's fine. That's totally fine with these niggas. But if they're talking about their wet ass pussies, that's when, you know, we see all these outrages. We see all these podcast episodes coming out. Niggas, a whole grown ass men sitting down here having a full conversation about wet ass pussy and how the morality. What about morality? Remember how I was talking about CeeLo Green has so much to say about wet ass pussy and what about the examples you're setting and when he was over here apparently slipping drugs in women's, you know, drinks and shit. Literally, I want you to search CeeLo's name right now, okay? But what you have to do is put the word conscious in front of it. So search conscious and CeeLo Green on Google, and one of the first things you'll get is CeeLo Green headline saying CeeLo Green says it's only rape if the person is conscious. So I guess if the woman's unconscious, the person's unconscious, you can do whatever the fuck you want. So it's like a lot of these niggas they're worried about the wrong thing. And they themselves are abusers. And that's why when this whole thing comes out about Torey Lanez shooting a woman, shooting Megan Thee Stallion, it's like, oh well, nothing to see here. It's just crickets. It's crickets from the loudest motherfuckers on the planet. There's nobody louder than a man who's not qualified to speak on a goddamn thing. But nevertheless, that has never stopped these niggas. There's nobody louder than an ashy ass hetero man speaking on things that unsolicited ass opinions. Nobody louder than them. But when it comes time to protect the woman that they claim to care about so much, they're fucking silent. And the reason why I find it even more hilarious is because a lot of these niggas will be the first ones to say that trans people are destroying the community, that gay people are destroying the community, lesbian people destroying the community, you know what I mean? The whole spectrum destroying the community. Like I said, they'll be up in arms anytime a woman takes a hold of, embraces her own sexuality. But when it's time to actually protect these women, it's like somebody put some type of invisibility cloak on their ass, like we walk around here in Harry Potter or some shit. It's mind-blowing to me. For the whole time that we have been underneath this lockdown quarantine bullshit, I have not seen Torey Lanez be more silent. What happened to quarantine radio, nigga? What, you was all there talking about, wow, all up in the camera. What happened to quarantine radio? That shit just went, it gave nosedive tees like your IQ points, right? So, you know, that's another thing in and of itself. And since we're focusing back on Torey Lanez, a lot of you niggas know exactly which woman to shoot. you know exactly which woman to shoot. And I say that because if y'all had, and I didn't even get on what Megan said yet, but she said that everybody was in the car arguing. If you was arguing with Kylie Jenner, if you was arguing with Kendall Jenner, do you think his black ass would have taken out his goddamn gun and shot Kylie? Can you imagine? But this is what I'm saying. Imagine the difference in coverage. Imagine the difference in reception. Imagine the difference in the conversations that would be had if Kylie Jenner was the one who got shot by Torey Lanez. All of a sudden, girl, you know, America's little culture vulture ass sweetheart, they would not be having that shit. Kris Jenner would find a way to place this nigga underneath a prison. I'm talking about fuck 6 feet is giving 12 feet under. Like the way that black women are viewed, especially if they're talked about, the way that they their pain is discussed or discarded in pop culture, in society, on the TL, on social media in general, it is very telling. It is very telling. You niggas know exactly which motherfuckers to shoot, and it is so unfortunate how revealing that shit is. And this is just my hypothesis. I think whenever, especially a black woman does not cower to these niggas, maybe Megan said something that pissed him off or made him uncomfortable, or maybe she wasn't kissing his ass, or maybe she wasn't accepting his bullshit. I don't know what the fuck going on, but a lot of these niggas cannot handle, especially if she is an established, successful black woman who has built up her whole brand off of like, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want, I'm gonna say what I want because I am my own person. They do not like that shit. So it's almost like you can do that shit to the rest of these girls. You can do that shit on camera, on social media, but you're not gonna bring that independent bullshit over here. I'm a whole ass nigga. I need for you to, you know, remain in a woman's place. Understand that there are certain things you can and can't do. And then when these women break those barriers or just say, bitch, I'm not doing that dumb shit you talking about, they get pissed. They have no idea how to deal with the shit. Except just violence, abuse and violence. And this is not the only time, this is not the only situation that Torey Lanez is involved with. I think apparently like his ex also was talking about his fucked up ass ways as well. So this is not the first time. I just don't think that these niggas like anybody any woman, any black woman who dares to speak their own mind or who says I'm not gonna deal with your dumb ass shit. So if you haven't heard, Megan Thee Stallion went up onto like one of her lives and was just basically saying, okay, since y'all niggas are lying, since Torey's team is out here fucking lying to the blogs and everything, I'm gonna just tell y'all what you need to know. Yes, Torey Lanez shot the fuck out of me. Says we were arguing, I was in the front seat, he was in the back seat. After the argument, I ain't had shit else to say. I was like 5 minutes away from my spot. I just got out the car and he shot my ass because I was walking away. He shot me in the foot or in the feet, whatever. I think she also said something like, I was trying to keep it off the internet, but y'all, like I said, y'all out here telling tall tales. I also know that police be killing niggas, so I was trying to, she said she was just trying to keep this shit from escalating even further, even though it's just like, wow, can you imagine having, like, you're a victim in this situation and still you're thinking about ways to protect these ashy ass Negroes? You know what I mean? Yet it's still, you're thinking of ways to protect, like, oh God, they probably gonna blow his fucking brains out. Let me just try and handle this shit. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm like, divest from these ugly ass niggas. Divest from these ashy ass niggas. Woman, protect your goddamn selves. Especially if they have no respect for your ass. Especially if they have no priorities in protecting your ass. Don't put yourselves on the line for these niggas. Don't put yourself on the line for these niggas. They don't even know their goddamn selves. They don't know who they are, and they're taking their fucking insecurities and anxieties out on y'all asses because they've always viewed women as easy targets, especially, like I said, black women, because he would not be out here. Can you imagine somebody shooting at a Kardashian? I keep thinking about that shit, like, or a Taylor Swift or some shit. They know, these niggas know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. I also find it interesting that before Megan spoke on this, everyone was like, oh, well, girl, we need Megan to speak up. I don't know why she ain't saying anything. We need to find out what really happened. We need to find out the details. Let Megan speak. Megan, what happened? Megan, what happened? Megan, what happened? Then when she opens her fucking mouth, it's all, now, I can't believe this shit. Now it's, the narrative is, from some people, it's that Megan is a snitch. So you wanted her to speak on this shit before, and now that she does, she's a snitch. I think that in certain ways, this whole snitch bullshit is a way for people to do some dumb shit and avoid accountability in certain cases. If Megan's saying, hey, guess what? This nigga tried to shoot my ass, and if them bullets were a little bit higher, he could have killed my ass. If Megan's saying that is making her a snitch, then I guess she gonna be that. I don't understand the fucking logic with these idiots. Like, I don't get it, and I'm trying to really give y'all the benefit of the doubt. Maybe your mama dropped you on your motherfucking head, and you know your brain's a little bit lopsided, it's smashing into your skull every 5 seconds. Maybe something happened like that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna stop dragging the shit out you bitches. I'm really not. And every time they try to humanize themselves, like Megan tried to post her injuries on social media, there were still motherfuckers talking about, oh well, girl, that don't look like a bullet wound. Then she talks about the story, still, oh well, now she's a snitch. That's not really what happened. She might have deserved it. What did she do to make Torey Lanez that mad? And it's like like I said, every time they try to humanize their pain, and it means absolutely nothing. Every time they try to say, oh well, what if it was your wife? What if it was your mom or your daughter? These niggas will be like, well, she needs to make sure she don't put herself in that situation. Since she want to be a hot girl so bad, this is what comes with the territory. I'm like, abuse does not come with the territory of making music underneath a brand. You know, abuse and gunshot wounds should not come with that territory. Every time I think about this situation, I'm just like, that ashy ass leprechaun could have really taken Megan Thee Stallion away from me. Like, he really could have. I can't imagine that where a kid can be a kid ass Chuck E. Cheese built ass motherfucker. I don't even know what my brain would be doing right now if the news broke that he was the one who took Megan the fuck away from us. Like, oh no. Like, we're gonna have to call Doctor Strange, go into another alternate reality, and we're going to fix this shit, okay? Because there would be absolutely no way Torey in the wrong lane would snatch Megan off of this spinning ass rock. I would hate it. I would hate it. We had Talib, we had Common, we got Trey Songz, now we got Torey Lanez, and it's like, nothing to see here. So my question is, how do we solve this shit? How do we solve this shit? Because like I said in the beginning of this video, these niggas will, a lot of them, they will claim, yeah girl, I fuck women, I love women, I can't live without them. But they will literally use them as doormats. They know that they are disposable in the eyes of society. So they think that they can treat them any way they want to, right? How the fuck do we change this shit? The industry supports them. They don't give a fuck about, and it could be many industries, from sports to goddamn entertainment. It doesn't matter. And I did see a headline that a DA is looking into charges and shit, but in general, a lot of times these niggas get away with whatever fuck they want to. So it's like, how, I guess you can leave in the comments, how the fuck do we even go about changing this shit? Are we just gonna keep having to scream and shout every time something like this happens and never stop until there's incremental movement in the right direction? I saw that JoJo had taken Torey Lanez off of her deluxe album and was offering the spot to Megan Thee Stallion or something like that. But I'm just like, what other ways, what other methods can we use to really try and fix this issue? Because it doesn't stop or start with Torey Lanez. It is a huge, widespread issue. And it's like, these niggas really get high off of the little bitty ass power they think they have. It's like, you are a whole ass nigga too. Don't forget that shit. When they brain matter starts spinning across the street because some cop came, all of a sudden now they're gonna want, oh, everybody stick together. We never stand together as a black community. We never do it anymore. Oh, why don't you ever stand up? Like, y'all have got some fucking work to do. If you don't use your power as a fucking straight black man to try and bring together the black community, to try and, I'm talking about the whole black community, even the LGBT community that white Christianity told you to hate, you know? Like, if you do not use your power as a straight black man to protect those who are vulnerable, ain't no solidarity. Ain't gonna be no solidarity, because we gonna have to look out for ourselves. We have to protect ourselves and avoid y'all asses who continue to put us in vulnerable, fucked up situations just like these racists do. Like, y'all have to get y'all shit together. You have to get your shit together. I do think though that it is some weird twisted version of self-hatred, because if you are confident in yourself, if you believed in yourself, if you loved yourself, if you valued yourself as a person, you wouldn't constantly feel the need to abuse other people, to damn near kill other people, to step on other people all the time in order to feel powerful, or in order to feel like you won an argument, or in order to operate or function. So I don't know, I hope these niggas go to therapy. I hope they're held accountable, because like I said, it's not just Torey. We already have to deal with so much shit coming from outside of our community that it should not even be an issue to where we're dealing with bullshit from within. Like, grow up and do better, okay? That's all I have to say. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, make sure you check out patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I love you all so much. Make sure you enjoy your weekend and have a good goddamn evening.